Rise Prime Time, where we offer perspectives on the news and talking points of the day. I'm Charles Aguocha. Now, remember the Mad Hatter's Tea Party and Alice's Adventures in Wonderland? Well, according to critics, the APC in Edo State is beginning to look and sound bizarrely like that, like a sort of post-apocalyptic jungle full of authoritarian, undemocratic politicians. That criticism has come in the wake of the controversy that's brewing after the governor of Edo State, Nnamdi Okpebholo, warned Peter Obi, the 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, that he must obtain security clearance from him before he visits the state. The governor has since defended his remarks, saying they were misinterpreted and that his call was a security protocol and not hostility towards Peter Obi. But critics say the ruling party, far from being the great bastion of democracy that it appeared to be in 2015, is now a mere shadow of its old self and slowly but steadily losing the public's confidence with what one analyst described as the militarization of politics. So is the party overreaching itself, and is it time for the leadership to call its deputies to order? Well, for more on this, I'm joined now in the studio by the member representing Ikwuano-Umuahia North and South in the House of Representatives under the Labour Party, Honourable Obi Aguocha. Good to see you again.
Thank you, Charles.
And let's just be clear that you're still in the Labour Party.
Labour for life.
Okay.
You see it, Charles?
Well, life might not be a good thing to say at this very turbulent time in Nigerian politics. But first of all, what's your reaction to the controversy that's brewing after the governor, as we mentioned there, of Edo State, Nnamdi Okpebholo, warned Peter Obi that he must obtain security clearance before he visits the state?
Well, first of all, let's take it in perspective. The governor, and even I think his Commissioner for Information, alleged that there were 3 people who were stampeded to death. And if there were to be so, I join many persons of goodwill in sending our condolences to the victims of this stampede. However, it's quite unfortunate that a governor will come out in such a manner, allege a situation, and in alleging that situation, he has not put forth a credible police report, medical report, to ascertain where the incident happened, but rather went on in a campaign-style event to further incite the people, to further even the way he said it is that if Peter Obi comes to Edo State, whatever he says, he will get. That is a clear, incitement to assassination or to murder of Peter Obi. And no matter how you see it from any political perspective, the government at the national and people of goodwill, regardless of their political perspective, ought to call this governor to order, to recant what he said. You can't say that if anybody comes to your place, that whatever he says, he gets. That means that you are indirectly telling your people that if Peter Obi, if they are in the purview of Peter Obi, they can assassinate Peter Obi, they can murder Peter Obi, and nothing will happen. We are still in a democratic society. Peter Obi has the fundamental right to be in Edo or any other place otherwise minded, and he doesn't require the authorization of the governor to visit. We have a freedom of association as enshrined in our Constitution, so it will be important, clearly important, that regardless of the partisan politics that is being played by the governor of Edo, that he cannot incite his people into believing that wherever they see Peter Obi in the vicinity of or the boundary of Edo State, that they can assassinate or murder him.
Right. Well, I mean, the governor has defended his remarks, saying they were misinterpreted.
Oh, well,
and that he has no hostility.
No, but if you look at the video, if you look at the video where he was in a campaign style, talking to his people about Peter Obi coming to Edo State, and that Peter Obi should require or should inform him before he comes, but that whatever Peter Obi sees otherwise when he comes to Edo State, that whatever he gets, he gets. He was, the governor himself was inciting the people towards assassinating or murdering P2B.
Well, I don't know if I'd go that far, but it's not the first time that this has happened. I mean, we saw the governor of Benue State doing something similar against P2B. I mean, I think it was Dr. Sam Amadi who said that it is sounding like chief security threats rather than chief security officers from some APC states against non-APC politicians, and he called it a sort of militarization of politics.
Well,
does it sound to you like it's entering politically dangerous?
Absolutely. Dr. Sam Amadi, his observation is clearly what it is. No matter, and you see it not just with the governors that you're talking about, you're seeing it with an intentional effort by the APC, people who are against P2B, to begin to change the narratives about P2B. Talking about that he's decisive, he's divisive. Talking about P2B doesn't have the experience to govern the nation. Talking about a whole lot of matters just to be able to discredit P2B moving forward. But no matter what they do, P2B since 2023, the popularity that he has not waned.
Yeah, but beyond...
He keeps moving forward.
Yeah, but beyond the militarization...
The thing is that why is APC afraid of P2B?
Well, it's their right to challenge anybody, because you have to remember that P2B has come out to say that he's going to run in 2027. I mean, Atiku hasn't come out to say that.
It is their right to challenge P2B.
Nor has anyone else come out.
There's nothing wrong with that, Charles. It's their right to challenge P2B. But P2B has also not come out to say that President Ahmed Bola Tinubu is this or that or that. He's challenging President Ahmed Bola Tinubu based on policy initiatives of the government to say, well, if President Ahmed Tinubu is going to do this, then P2B will do it differently. But it hasn't gone down to where we are desperately trying to dehumanize
No,
P2B,
I agree with you
that
that what we are hearing from some of the APC politicians, for example, the guy who's the chairman of the APC in Edo State, who came out with some really hateful comments.
There are a lot of hate speech. But if you look at the Commissioner for Information too,
but in fairness, in fairness, P2B himself has regularly questioned the competence of the government. So he's probably doing it in a more polite way, but he certainly is questioning their
Has P2B come out to say, well, the president is incompetent because of XYZ personal issues? No, P2B is saying the government of the day is incompetent simply because of policy issues.
Right.
And those policy issues are still there. The mitigating factors have not changed.
And
rising unemployment, rising inflation, rising security, and now today National Bureau of Statistics talks about the rebasing of
the rebasing.
The rebasing of. Now, you're talking about rebasing, then using 2019 as the base point, our budget then was $30 billion. But now we are in the trillions of dollars. So who are we fooling?
Naira, you mean, not dollars.
Did they debase in Naira or
No, but you're saying when the budget is in the trillions of dollars.
In the trillions of dollars.
Well, it can't be in
No,
the
I said trillions. It was 30 billion.
Yeah.
But now, our budget in terms of the dollar component is close to about $2 trillion.
Well, look,
so who are we fooling?
You're talking about
the economy is falling.
Yeah,
in GDP, the economy is falling. And nobody's talking about that.
Right.
We keep trying to shift the goalpost a bit further, hoping that miracles will happen. It's not happening. Well, the Nigerian people are still where they are. They know that every single day they go to sleep hungry, Charles. They wake up from sleep hungry. There are no opportunities, hopelessness and insufficient opportunities. That's what the campaign for P2B is all about. How to transform Nigeria from just a consuming nation to a producing nation.
Yeah.
That is the debate that ought to happen. Not on a personalized, trying to dehumanize, trying to prevent P2B.
Yes, I think a lot of people would agree with you.
Trying to say, well, if you see P2B wherever you go, you assassinate him. It's not the right way to go.
But
it doesn't make our democracy strong.
Yeah, but we've seen this massive backlash across the country against the governor and in support of Peter Obi.
Have we seen the president condemn him?
No,
Have we seen the APC?
Hold on a minute.
Have we seen the APC condemn him?
Yeah, I'm not talking about that yet. I mean, I'm saying that we've heard from the likes of Femi Falana, the human rights lawyer, the former National Publicity Secretary of the PDP. In fact, Femi Falana was urging Mr. Obi to take legal action. Olisa Metu calling on President Tinubu to caution the governor against what he called undemocratic restrictions on the rights of citizens. What would you advise Mr. Obi to do in the circumstances?
You know, in this circumstance, Mr. Obi is a free citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Whether he is running for president or not is inconsequential. He has the freedom of association as enshrined in the Constitution and has the right, unimpeded, to travel to any point in Nigeria.
No, I understand that, but what I'm saying is that what would you ask him to do in reaction to what has happened?
Nothing. The governor is inconsequential. He's nobody. We'll continue to move. And if possible, let him go back to Benin. Let him go back to any point of Edo State. Let's see what will happen. Whether we are no longer in Nigeria or whether we're going to be, intimidated by a governor. Even when I saw the Commissioner for Information, I thought he was going to put some clarity on this. But he came about being somebody who must have been high on something, wasn't coherent.
Well, do you think they're nervous?
No direction.
Do you think they're because Peter Obi actually won the presidential election
we won the presidential
in Edo State. Yeah.
The fruit doesn't fall far apart.
And he has lots of supporters there.
So what we want the governor of Edo State to do is not the continued intimidation that he is putting on Peter Obi, but to say these are the police report, these are the DSS report, these are the medical report of the alleged 3 victims. Let's even begin to go from there. But they have not put up anything.
Right. Okay. Look, I want to move on very quickly because unfortunately we haven't got that much time left. Let's just turn briefly to some news that came through earlier today showing the vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party in 2023, Yusuf Dati Baba Ahmed, and one of the leaders of the obedient movement, Nana Kazaure, attending a NEC meeting of the Abure faction of the Labour Party. How should we read that?
Nothing. There are 2 factions of Labour Party as of today. There's the Nnamdi Usman faction.
But that's the faction that's recognized by Peter Obi and the governor
that's the faction
of Abia State, your state.
That's the part recognized by His Excellency Peter Obi.
So why would they go to the other side to attend the next meeting?
He's entitled to that. He's entitled
it's not. The issue is not about whether he's. I mean, he's entitled to walk on the roof if he wants
to that. If he wants
but that's
to
not
go
the issue. The issue is you have to question why somebody would walk on the roof.
No, it's not. I mean, it's not in my position to question what.
You mean you don't ask yourself questions about why people do things?
He didn't consult me. He didn't consult me to say, hey, Honorable, I'm going to a meeting.
No, I understand that. But what do you make of what he has done?
I don't make anything of it. It's just that we have 2 factions of Labour Party, the Aburele faction and the Nnamdi Usman faction. And any member of Labour Party is at will to attend any meetings of any factions. But what I am still hoping is that at the end of the day, Labour Party will come together as one family, resolving their issues and being their veritable platform that it was in 2023 to be in 2027 to move forward.
Okay. Well, let's turn to Nnamdi Kanu. At the moment, Mr. Kanu's team filed a no-case submission. Nnamdi Kanu, of course, is one of your constituents.
He's my
filed a no-case submission, after the government closed its case, arguing that the prosecution's evidence failed to establish any case against him. It's now been adjourned till October. What do you think is going to happen is there anything that, beyond the die being cast on October the 10th, as to whether to reject it and direct him to open his defense? Is there anything else going on?
Well, just like you said, we are eagerly looking forward to October 10th, where the judge said he will make a determination as to whether he will accept the no-case submission or whether he will instruct the defense to open up their defense. We're looking forward to that. But in the meantime, between now and that 10th, there are a lot of discussions going around between the government side, the family of Nnamdi Kanu, and the defense about possibly seeking a political solution.
Yeah, because I was going to ask you, whatever happened to all that momentum?
No, the momentum
that
is
seemed
still
to be
there.
gathering around a political settlement.
No, the momentum is still there.
Right.
But I think what the government especially wanted was to demonstrate that, you know, when they charged Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, that they were serious about it and they were willing to take him to trial. So the trial, the defense, the prosecution has rested their case. The defense entered a no-case submission. So it will be to the judge now to look at all manner of evidence that have been entered into the trial, close to about 700 pages of evidence and videos and others, to make a determination one way or the other, to say whether, well, there's no case to answer, you're being acquitted, or there's a case to answer. But in between that too, nobody has foreclosed the issue of seeking a political solution, and that's what is also happening as of today. That is going on between the government side, the Nnamdi Kanu family, and as well as the defense. So I believe that we're at a crossroad whereby the government ought to think about it holistically, whether a conviction is the right way to go, and otherwise minded. But we have to come together, just like we said, those who have been charged similar to the same crimes, alleged crimes that Nnamdi Kanu was also charged, at the determination of the court, have been, you know, released by the court. So what happens to Nnamdi Kanu? It appears in Nigeria, the way it is being going, that there appear to be two sets of rules, whereby there's one for every other Nigerian and there's one for the Igbos. And I wouldn't want, especially in the administration of criminal justice, to reinforce that wrongly held perception that the Igbos are not finding it, the Igbos are finding it difficult in the administration of criminal justice. This is an opportunity where the government has to be circumspect in the way they move to ensure that peace and stability in the Southeast, to ensure that Southeasterners are made to be a full community in the project Nigeria. You look at it just yesterday, President appointed about...
Very briefly, we've got about 30 seconds.
You look at it yesterday, President appointed about 10 persons to the various boards and agencies. The one that included what's his name, Babangida. In all of the list, there's no mention of one Igbo person in those appointments. So we'll continue to be treated as if we are just basic persons in the project Nigeria, when we are a major tribe, a constitutional tribe in Nigeria, and should be accorded the decency and the respect and the opportunity to participate fully in the, in the project Nigeria. So Nnamdi Kanu starts from that perspective. We start from that perspective that there is no other singular issue that is more important to the Igbo man than the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Even where others are silent about it, I will not be silent about it.
On that note, I want to thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much.
Honorable Aguocha is the member representing Ikwuano-Umuahia North and South in the House of Representatives under the Labour Party.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.